Episode 352. It is 352. I read that correctly. This week, we're looking at 7 messages. We're going to try and keep it quick. One of them is going to be all about replacing the quick compose experience in Outlook for new Outlook and Outlook on the web. Interesting. We'll also talk about Places, Microsoft Places. It finds its place in our workspace with subscriptions that will seed value and premium value. We'll talk more about that. And another Outlook one, just to throw in the headline there, that you'll be able to reorganize your folders in new Outlook as well. So this is episode 352. Stick around to hear more.
I just want to highlight something.
Yes.
You gave me a really hard time about, giving away the basically the show when you do the intro, and I think you did that a little bit there.
Did I give it completely away with which message was it?
Yeah.
Places?
All of them.
All of them?
I'm just joking. I'm kidding, people. It's a great day. So glad you are here with us. Hit us up on all the socials that matter at 365MCS. We are, covering several messages this week. Daryl said 7, so I guess if we don't have 7 on the list, we'll have to make a few up, but I think we do.
Well, you said 7 moments ago when you said, are we really doing 7? So,
okay. If you're going to start telling secrets, I guess it's not a secret, but if you're going to start giving away well,
it's on me that if I didn't actually count them and I just trusted you with your count.
True. I'm glad you trust me, Daryl.
Yeah, of course.
No cap. So it is. But, so I think that we want to... What else? Oh, we also want people to ping us, drop a comment down below, unless you're going to fuss at me, and then don't do that. Ooh. But if you do want to make comment, love to. I'm okay. It's fine. I'd love to engage with everybody. And if you're listening on the audio podcast, please just hit us up on the socials. We'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. So would everybody else, right? So this is part of community. It's part of, it's not about just what Daryl and Daniel say. It's about what is the truth. And so we're just part of it, just like you. So jump in and be a part.
And truth is also your experience, right? So if you have, taken a look at these messages or seen things arrived and you've got a story to tell, we're also interested in that too.
Indeed.
So, look, and we do apologize for not doing a live message sorting session this week. Daniel had to travel a bit to get to a not collab day. What's it called again?
Community Day.
Community Day, yeah, in Memphis, Tennessee. So glad that went well, Daniel.
It did, and for everybody that was there, and really appreciate you. It was the first event we've had in Memphis. We've had several in Tennessee itself before, but this is the first in Memphis, so we're building out that event. And the next one in Tennessee is actually in Knoxville at the end of February, so that's going to be fun. I am excited about that, and I hope to see lots and lots of people there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, we should get into this. Oh,
okay.
And I have noticed we hadn't even assigned names, so thank you for slipping names in case messages. I have to put full trust in you again, but I did notice that this first message is yours. Full power to you. Take it into it.
Aha! He's so funny. This one is Power Automate. Create a flow on a file in Teams feature MC904316. Short message. It's also got a couple problems. We'll jump into that in a second. But basically this is stating, and this is highlighting, a feature that is part of Wave 2 of 2024 Wave 2. Now, what do you mean Wave 2, Daniel? Well, the Power Platform team likes to release features in what they call waves during the year. And so they'll announce Wave 1, for instance, and then give all the features and the timelines as to when they're going to release it. And then Wave 2, this one is part of Wave 2. And do the same thing. And it's a bit of like you've probably seen like Book of News for things like a Microsoft Ignite conference, which is a way for Microsoft to say, here's all the things we're announcing. Well, it's similar for the Power Platform. They do these waves. And this is part of Wave 2.
Question?
Several feature. Yes, dear.
Are there only 2 waves in a year? Is that how it works?
I have only seen 2 waves in a year. Yes.
Okay.
So,
continue.
Thank you. So this is going to be able to create a flow when you're in Teams looking at files, create a flow on that file. Now, we all know, because we all have participated in this show for many, many years, that files in Teams are actually in SharePoint. We've been able to create flows on files in SharePoint for a long time. So this is bringing that UI into Teams. You may ask, Daniel, what does it look like? And I'm going to tell you, I don't know. Because that's the first problem with this message, is there are no pictures. It would be great to have, hey, here's a picture of what it's going to look like. We don't know. Okay, second problem with this. Let's move on. This is supposed to be a quick mention too. Second one is the link that it says, if you'd like to know more information, click on this link. When you do click on that link, guess what? It takes you to Wave 1. Or what's new and planned for Power Automate, and then it's not even the list of the Wave 2 information, but there is a link on that page that takes you to the Wave 2 information, and when you click on that, then it will show you, and it'll be part of on that page. So that it is rolling out October 31st, general availability. So hopefully we'll see what it looks like before then, but if not, then I guess we'll see it then. I don't know. It's kind of bad when we end a message with a shrug. Like, I don't know. Hopefully we won't do that for this next message. I'll keep an outlook for whether Daryl does that or not.
I might shrug. Yeah, I might just do that. But this one, Microsoft Outlook replace Quick Compose pop-up with inline appointment creation in new Outlook and Windows and Web. Try that again. In new Outlook for Windows and Web. MC846387. If I fumble my words, that's a good indication that this is quite a heading, quite a title. When you use new Outlook and Outlook on the web, and you're in your calendar, you want to create an event, an appointment, a meeting, you click into that time slot and you get a, compose, and it makes that noise, or it does in my head anyway, a compose pop-up that lets you put in some of the critical details for your meeting. But Daniel and I both agree on this, because we do sometimes, that it's just not enough. That I will always expand that because I want to put more in. The change that's been introduced here is that Quick Compose will go away when you choose your time slot. Just like with Outlook Classic, all you need to do is put in the subject of your meeting. Boom, it's there. So maybe you've been doing this for years and years, that's how you plan your time. Pop in a subject or the way that I'm going to be using the time, great. And maybe that's as far as you get. But like Daniel and I, we'll probably double click on it, we'll open up and start putting in the full details. Daniel, is this a good change?
It absolutely is. I think you're right. I'm not too sure, most people will do that. They pop open the thing and they expand it immediately because you got to put all the details. Not enough details is in that Quick Compose. So I think this is good. Still going, I'm not sure it's going to reduce clicks because I'm going to type in the meeting I want and then hit enter, and then it's going to save it, and then I'm going to have to open it up anyway to edit it or double click in and get that composed. So I think it's good, but I'm not sure I'm going to have to see it. Again, there's no screenshot, so or a nice GIF would have been nice to show us what it's going to look like. But
perhaps a double click will open up a brand new blank meeting and we can just fill it in as needed. But just as we finish out on this, I think it's also one of those things that will help smooth the ride over for people who are going from Classic to the new Outlook. removing that friction. So this is targeted release rolling out early November, previously early September, so they have extended this. Expect to be complete early December. General availability worldwide will begin rolling out, I know that's your catchphrase, rolling out early December 2024 and expected to be complete January 2025. Wow, that's quite something to be removing a feature and just putting in a subject.
But see, I would think for this, I would think it'd be easy to roll this out for Outlook on the web, right? You just flip a switch on the servers. So it should be like a couple weeks, right, as it rolls through the servers.
Yeah.
But you got to remember Outlook desktop, it has to be, it has to roll through updates. And those updates are not immediate. So it's got to roll through those different phases, but they don't outline that. And I think that's interesting.
Again, I thought that was part of the benefit of New Outlook, that it's on the same code base and easy to update.
Hey,
come on, Daniel,
quit
give
your
me the
assumption.
detail.
Quit your assumptions,
Maybe they should just retire that feature. Well, they are retiring that feature, but there's something else that's retiring, Daniel, that I want to hear about it. I think we might be a little sad about it.
Yes. Reminder, and we've talked about this before, so it is indeed a reminder. Delve retires December 16, 2024, MC 902780. If you want to learn more, then there's a nice original announcement that's linked there, or you could just go back to when we talked about it and search for it. But Delve is being retired. Again, it's just a reminder. Make sure that you are thinking about not just functionality that you may have coded or using, but also the way your users use the platform. Are there processes and that maybe need to be changed, ways of doing things, as well as make sure you educate your users what's going away, what is not part of this. And maybe you need to also give them a way to create their own profile page, or meaning like train them and just be thinking about it, people. Don't wait till December. I mean, you only have now 2 more months, so get on it. So we just wanted to really highlight that fact that it is retiring. That's it. That was a definition of a quick mention. I mean, there's only like one sentence in this update. So.
Remember, this is still happening.
Yeah, but you know what? We definitely put that one in its place. Daryl, talk about some more places.
Yeah, some Microsoft places that are becoming generally available in Q4 CY24. MC 901823. I felt like I was speaking the title of a 90s show. Beverly Hills 90210. Anyway, the places. If you have not been up with the play, Places is a way of being able to organize people in the office, letting people know too that I plan to be in the office, enriching that experience. In a wider sense too, it will help, I guess, facilities people within your organization to plan around meeting rooms and the like. So this is becoming generally available. And some of that plan around how it is becoming available has been revealed here too. We are delightfully surprised to see that there will be some seeded value included in Microsoft 365 subscriptions. So in this message, you scroll down about halfway and it talks about the SKUs where you have Places core, critical, simple experiences will be available in Business Basic, Business Standard, Microsoft 365 Business Basic, Business Standard, Business Premium, Office 365 E1, E3, E5, and F3. And those core experiences will be listed there. Updating location plans, viewing collaborators' location plans, as in I plan to be in the office and in this building, remember from last week's message. They're accessing the peak card for experiences, scheduling in-person meetings, managing hybrid RSVPs. I plan to be attending, but I will attend remotely. And so your premium features will get into things like intelligent bookings, Places Explorer, Places Space Analytics, which gets into your, activity-based working in neighborhoods and where you're planning to work. So yeah, I think, Daniel, this is good news to see that more people can benefit from the core features, and if you want the additional bits and pieces, that will be part of a Teams premium license.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, and that's an important bit, right? Is that it's part of Teams Premium, because when you first look at it, it's like, well, what's this going to be a part of? How do I? Because SKUs are different than licenses, plans are different than licenses, right? Plans are what you select under the different licenses for a particular user to give them that functionality. So anyway, Teams Premium, I think I like this. I like the ability to get the functions that seems to be what many would want, and at least start making this part of what organizations do when they are working. And we see more and more organizations going back to at least hybrid, and a lot of times it's more in office than it is at home. So hybrid but skewed in person, right? Like at home 1 day a week or maybe two. So I think that it's great, and I think more products should do this. Should have and there are some products in M365 and even Power Platform that do this, right? You get certain functionality as part of a standard kind of license, such as what you were talking about, the business premium or standard, or E1s or E3s or E5s. But I like it. Absolutely.
Yep. I think as part of bringing people back into the office, and I know there's some controversy and interesting stories around that in the community and in the tech industry, but this is a nice plus to help solve part of this problem, that when you are planning to be in the office, where are you planning to be, how do we connect with you, and planning your presence in a more holistic way. So really good to see some core value being offered into those seated solutions. And it does really make sense to include places in the Teams Premium bundle of all the other value that comes in there. Well, there's more to find out at the bottom of that message. Lots of different links and announcements and reminders of the different features of places. This is, as it says, available in Q4. So, there's actually no section about when is this available. That's still broadly saying that Q4 CY24. When does that work out to be? Deployment begins November across all platforms. So not far away, really. Yeah. Daniel, let's go back to Outlook again. We've talked about something that was being removed, but what's changing in new Outlook?
New Microsoft Outlook for Web and Windows. Organize and reorder folders. MC 901831. I will let's be transparent and let's talk real tax here. Daryl and I both went, wait a minute, you can't do this? Oh, you can't. But my experience was, oh, wait a minute, I can't reorder this? And I dragged a folder. I was just kind of saying, can I move these? No, you can't move. And then I dropped it into another folder. So be careful. Don't be like Daniel in this instance, for sure. This is going to give us the capability of arranging the folders the way we want to. So not only being able to say, okay, organize folders, alphabetically, but you could also do it manually. And then, I think, actually, I hope this is just a first version of this, of the way it does it, because I can see it needing a little bit more. Maybe you would like to have the folder that has the most recent email in it, because maybe you have rules and you're throwing emails into folders based upon rules. Maybe you would want that at the top or something like that. But we don't. That's not now. I'm just want you to know we don't have that now. But maybe in the future we'd have something like that. But to start off, we're going to be able to, go to what it is now, which is the alphabetical, or we can do a custom order and move the folders around to whatever we like. Maybe that important folder or that important project that we're working on, then we're using a folder for, or whatever. Maybe you want to move your the folder you use to organize your inbox, and it's the one you're always using, but it's way down at the bottom. No, you want it at the top. Okay, you're going to be able to do that. I like more control because my money doesn't jingle, it folds. So, what do you think, Daryl? What do you think, Daryl, about this? Did you? Well, we thought it was already there. Or wait a minute, we can't do this.
Yeah. Well, we have favorites, and that's how
that's right.
Pin the folders I want to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want, that next level of still wanting control in the order of your folders, this is useful. I think that it's good to see it. I think that the message shows, I guess, a granular, careful way of dragging that or moving that folder, so that you don't do what Daniel did and you migrate your folder inside a folder. But I'm sure that once we see the feature, it's in line with Teams, isn't it? That you can drag your teams around into the orders that you care about.
Indeed.
Yeah, love it. Good.
Targeted release early October, so nowish, and expect to be completed by early November. General availability worldwide will be early November and expect to be completed by early December 2024. General availability for all of those government tenants, GCC, GCC High, DoD, will be rolling out early December, completed by early January 2025. Can you believe we're already getting messages that have 2025 in them? Daryl had one earlier, and now I have one. That's amazing. Oh, how time flies. I wonder how, what else flies? Any sort of feature or functionality that competes with Microsoft. Copilot, it flies away.
Flies away. Microsoft Word Researcher feature will retire starting late December 2024. This is MC901824. Daniel, it feels like just a few weeks ago we were talking about a feature that retired and went into Copilot, and that was for PowerPoint, the PowerPoint feature called Quick Starter, where you could quickly create a slide deck and outline, pull together the beginnings of a slide deck. It is now retired in PowerPoint, part of Copilot, Microsoft 365 Copilot. Well, this looks like another feature. Going the same route, Microsoft Word Researcher feature will no longer be in Word, but we're recommended to use Copilot to do our research and bring that content into the Word document. Interesting trend. Don't have much more to say about that, but just that you will need to buy a subscription.
Well, and I think big difference here, at least they're calling it out. At least they're saying, hey, this is because of Copilot. Before they didn't. They're just like, oh, we're improving it by removing it. Like, come on. This second paragraph, Microsoft is committed to improving your M365 subscription. As a result, we occasionally remove features and benefits that have equivalent offerings. The next sentence is, Microsoft Copilot is a good alternative. Well, it is, except that you have to pay extra for it. So, maybe it's good because you can use Copilot, the free version, to do research. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to call out, at least they're being honest here to say, we're removing it because of Copilot.
Yeah, but they talk about improving the service by removing things. Anyway, it just doesn't quite sit, but we know it'll be more capable in Copilot, but it requires a subscription. General availability, this general unavailability, maybe they should change it to that because it's about retiring a feature. General unavailability will begin rolling out this change late December and expect to be completed in January 2025. Daniel, we're going to finish on some name changes again around domains.
Well, Yeah, domain changes, not name changes. Although, it's Microsoft, they'll probably change something. Anyway. Product transitions to the cloud.microsoft domain, September 2024, MC 901821. We don't always highlight these because we have in the past covered some of the, it's basically the same announcement, but they're like, oh, by the way, here's another product that we're doing. And transitioning to the new cloud.microsoft domain. But we thought it was interesting because these, that's two of them that they're announcing. One is Copilot Business Chat, which they're calling Biz Chat now, apparently. We were supposed to know that for, but anyway, I won't get into that either. This is supposed to be a quick mention. Anyway, so Copilot Biz Chat and Microsoft OneNote. But you'll notice that OneNote is onenote.cloud.microsoft. And BizChat is m365.cloud.microsoft/chat. It's a whole lot longer and doesn't follow the, that same product name .cloud.microsoft. And we actually talked a little bit about this on the first announcement way back in the day when we were talking about this new TLD of Microsoft, so cloud.microsoft, that it is going to be like interesting to see what names they use and what products get moved and how they get moved, right? That OneNote gets OneNote.cloud, but then Copilot BizChat gets a /chat. But if you look at when you're logged into, Office.com or Microsoft365.com or M365.cloud.microsoft, we can get to the same place in many different ways. When you click on Copilot, that's, it's there, /chat. It's already migrated, at least for me, in my targeted tenant. But then when you start clicking down and click on Create, well, that's /create as well. So m365.cloud.microsoft/create. And then when you click on OneDrive, that also is /OneDrive. And then when you click on Feed, that's also /feed, which makes sense, right? Because you're on the site m365.cloud.microsoft and you're changing experience, but you're not changing your location really. It's also when you click on Apps, it's /apps. So this is, I think, answering something that we kind of talked about back in the day, back many moons ago, which is how are they going to manage products versus services versus things that are related. So, it feels interesting that, that's, what determines what gets a / off of m365.cloud.microsoft and what gets a product name .cloud.microsoft. Because, I don't know, some would say OneDrive is more important than OneNote, but OneDrive doesn't get a OneDrive.cloud.microsoft, but OneNote does. It's kind of interesting, in my opinion.
I think we might see one come for OneDrive, but this is really just saying, like, the pattern is I am on the M365 portal,
yep,
and anything that I'm triggering off here that I still will feel like I'm in the portal,
yep,
will have / something.
Yeah. So there's a link there, of course, in the message to take you to show you all of the new ones because it's a running list. The ones they transition, they make a new message in the message center, but we thought this one was interesting to call that out. So this will be rolling out to you very, very, very soon. In fact, it's already done. So you could still access all those things via the URLs they've previously had, but as you know, they'll probably get rid of those at some point. So make sure that you check that out. And that's the show. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for interacting with us in chat, in the comments down below and on socials. Would love to have conversations with you. So please definitely jump in and appreciate it. Make sure you do, Daryl, right? Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get the ping when we go live. for discussing messages. I got some feedback. I forgot to tell you, Daryl. I got some feedback that those are really valuable. We think it's already very valuable, but this person was saying it was very valuable to them because it really can. What we do in those is we don't dive too deep. Sometimes we actually do dive kind of deep because we need to. We need to figure things out. But we go through messages pretty quickly and think out loud about our experiences, about how this would pertain, and really try to figure things out. And they were like, "Hey, I find that very, very helpful." So please, subscribe to YouTube channel, and you'll get a notification when we go live. That is typically Friday afternoons on U.S. time and Saturday mornings down under in Daryl's time. So would love to have you join.
Definitely. Yep. Thanks all for joining this week. We'll see you again for 353 next week. Bye.